we'll see if the floodgates open. Gersich on goal! Yes, sir! Shane Gersich makes it 2!
Road wins in college hockey are hard to come by, especially in the nation's most competitive conference. Welcome to North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry. I'm your host, Alex Heinert. Coming up on today's program, we'll take you back through the ups and downs of this past weekend's 1 versus 2 matchup with Minnesota Duluth, introduce you to another UND freshman making an impact on the ice this season, and look forward to the renewal of one of the best rivalries in all of college sports with the head coach of North Dakota men's hockey, Brad Berry. And Brad, first road trip of the season coming up this week, and irrespective of the results, how important is it for this team to get on the road, both on and off the ice, and gel together as a group?
Very important. Obviously, in NCHC play, going on the road against a very good team. I think we learned a lot from our group this past weekend. Wasn't the results what we wanted, but again, we found out a little bit more about our team, and it was very beneficial moving forward.
Yeah, not only was this your first game on the road away from Ralph Engelstad Arena this season, also the first conference matchup and a 1 versus 2 matchup to boot. I know the media and everybody makes a lot about that fact that it was 1 versus 2. I don't think that makes any difference, though, to you guys.
No, not at all. Obviously the polls are something that's recognized by the media and also through the nation. But for us, it's going about our work on a daily basis and trying to prepare for a weekend. And again, in the NCHC, you got 8 quality teams there that are highly touted, so we got to make sure that we remember that.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break, but come on back in a moment. We're going to break down Friday night's contest against Minnesota Duluth here on North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry on Midco Sports Network is presented by the University of North Dakota.
Welcome back. Well, we're just getting into Game 1 of North Dakota's weekend series with Minnesota Duluth with the head coach Brad Berry. And Brad, opening up NCHC play. Again, there's no easy games in this conference, but going up against a very good Duluth team on the road, that's a big task for you guys to start the season off.
Yeah, it is. And again, they're a very balanced team. They have a lot of depth. They have a lot of seniors that give them experience and leadership there. So again, we knew going in it would be a tough test, and again, it'll be like that every weekend.
Yeah, you guys have had success at Amsoil Arena in the past, and Duluth coming off kind of an eyebrow-raising 2-1 defeat to the U.S. Under-18 team, but they were saving their energy for you guys on Friday as we go to the highlights. And right from the start, again, we mentioned some of the success. It's been a long time since you had lost to this team in Amsoil, only 1 defeat in this building since it opened in 2010. Things would get started, though, on the right foot for UMD. They would get going early. A penalty here against Gage Osmus, just a little turnover in the zone. He tries to make a play, and they go on the power play early, and that would lead to something special for them.
Yeah, you know what? They scored on the power play early, right off the face-off. We lose a face-off, you can see right here, and they get it to the top. And back to the middle, they bomb a shot, and they had good net front on it, and they got the lead, which is so vital in the game.
Yeah, blast there from Adam Johnson. Alex Heinert eventually is the one who gets the final touch on it. 1-0 UMD. After they would review it, 4th straight game that you give up that opening goal, kind of a trend showing this season. You've been able to come back from it in the past. This time it would not be the case, unfortunately. Dominic Tominato here with a good attempt on Cam Johnson. Cam makes the save. A little something after the play. Cam came up big for you a lot in this game, time and time again.
Yeah, he did. Obviously, he had to make some quality saves early in the game here, but I thought we got better as the game went on during this period.
Midway through the first, Dixon Bowen a chance on goal. Miska puts it away. Decent opportunity there. Olsen was in the area. Kind of one of those cases of the puck just not bouncing the right way.
Yeah, and you know what? We drove the net and they boxed out. They do a good job of boxing out, and we didn't get to the net on that play.
A couple of minutes later, breakaway chance for Jade Miller. Another big save from Cam. 12 saves for Johnson in the first period alone.
Yeah, Cam, like I said, he had a great opening period there. We gave up the opening goal, but he responded very well.
Shane Gersich here able to draw a penalty at the start of the second period, little interference call on Willie Rascom. And you would get things going here at the start of the second on this power play, a flurry of chances for your team.
Yeah, we had a good puck movement here again. Didn't quite get a puck to the net the way we wanted it, but it was good puck movement, and I thought we drew some momentum off this power play.
Shot here from Brock that gets saved by a freshman goaltender, Hunter Miska, who had to come up a lot. Great opportunity here, a full ice pass from Johnson, the best of the backhander to Joel Janet Tweenan, just misses wide on the breakaway.
Yeah, good transition. Cam fired the puck up knowing that they were making a line change here, and unfortunately we didn't connect on it.
2 minutes later, 5:48 left in the period, a goal for Minnesota Duluth. Out of nothing, really, just a good hustle play by Kyle Osterberg. pushes it up in front to Adam Johnson, who eventually on second effort would get it by Cam Johnson.
Yeah, kind of a little bit unfortunate here on our behalf. Plays pucks on the goal of the goal line. I thought we had pretty good coverage on the play, and they just put a puck to the net. I think it just bounced off Cam's pad and behind him.
2-0 at that point. Less than 2 minutes later, they would make it 3-on-2, and Alex Heinert, who gets second of his game. Another nice shot, and again, just a good opportunity taken by Minnesota Duluth when they got the chance.
Yeah, outnumbered opportunity coming back from our end of the rink here, and again, they connect on a nice play, a passing play, and make it 3-0.
So 3-0 there, but you would come back as this period progressed. Austin Pagansky getting tripped up by Carson Soucy at the 16-minute mark. Power plays were a bit of a struggle at times this weekend, but you take advantage here.
Yeah, you know what? You get the puck to the middle top and finding a way to get to the net. They blocked a lot of shots this weekend. We found a way to get one to the net, and Brett Gardner got the rebound on the ensuing play to the net.
Yeah, Christian Melanin and Shane Gersich there on the assist. Gardner's third of the season, 3-1 at that point. Sioux fans excited about it, and then just 2 minutes later, another opportunity for you. Pressure from Gardner, Shane Gersich able to take advantage of the turnover, and he beats Miska 5-hole on the breakaway to make it 3-2.
Yeah, this is a very important goal. This is in the last minute of play in the second period, and to get momentum, and they turn the puck over. They're trying to get a puck in. We get it, and we end up capitalizing on a breakaway. Shane makes a great backhand play to make it within one, and again, we have momentum.
Yeah, fourth goal of the season for Shane, and as you said, 3-2, a different hockey game at this point. Third period, the physicality of the play started to step up.
Yeah, you know what, and that was part of it all weekend. You know, two teams that play very competitive, and that's what you get.
Little interference penalties, eventually the call on Nick Wolf, a couple of offsetting roughing penalties after the fact, so 5-on-4 power play for you. They get a great chance, though, just off the power play, even strength at this point. And again, a little action after the play that ends up to come back and hurt you.
Yeah, you know what, obviously they drove the net hard there, and we ended up taking a penalty on the play. It gave them a power play. So, like I said, those are big momentum shifts in games. Yeah,
roughing call on Shane Gersich, and on the ensuing power play, it eventually comes to Neil Pionk, and he beats Cam with the blast from the point to make it 4-2.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Obviously, that got him to 2 goals up on us, after us getting close here. And they make a good play. They had a guy in front of the net, and obviously Cam didn't have much of a chance on it.
Yeah, Bulldogs would add an empty netter in the closing seconds to seal this one at 5-2, and for the first time since last March, UND would taste defeat. Duluth would put more shots on goal and win the face-off battle, and move to just their second victory at Amsoil over UND since 2010.
It's tough playing Duluth, especially in Duluth, and they've got a great team over there, and I think we've got a lot of improvements to make, and it's always devastating whenever you lose.
We knew coming into it that Duluth was going to be chippy and try and get us to draw penalties, but we got to stay above that. I thought we kind of slumped down to their level and kind of started to get involved in that stuff, and that's when they took the game back over.
Obviously, after a slow start, you want to get the momentum your way, and I thought we did that in the second, and tried to carry it on over in the third. We had a few good shifts right away in the third, and we just couldn't keep building off of it. So it's something that we'll learn from, and we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Well, a tough way to start the weekend as you drop the first one of the season, Coach. Just thoughts on the performance overall on Friday night?
Well, on Friday, I thought, I think there was a little bit of newness to some of our guys going into our first road trip, going into a team that's a very good and well-balanced team, and again, we learned a lot from it, and I thought we were a lot better on Saturday night.
Yeah. Christian Melanin mentioned in the post-game interview that you knew it was going to be a physical game against Duluth, and he thought maybe as the game went on, you got sucked into the physicality, took a couple of penalties you didn't need to. How do you guard against those kind of things?
I don't know about getting sucked into taking penalties. I thought that maybe one play was a little bit undisciplined, but for the most part we competed in a battle, and I thought we played the right way.
Sure, and you have a chance to get some revenge on Saturday. We'll have the highlights of that game coming up in just a moment. Welcome back. On the back of Friday's 5-2 defeats against Duluth, North Dakota had a chance to come back on Saturday, and Coach, coming off that first defeat of the season, what were some of the adjustments you were looking at making between Game 1 and Game 2?
Well, I think first of all, gap control. I thought they entered our zone a little bit too much on Friday night, and I thought we did a better job on Saturday night, and that's a 5-man effort with guys tracking back, and I thought we did a better job there. I thought our play away from the puck was extremely good. We only gave up a couple of shots in the first period, and not very many through the first half of the game. So very unfortunate we didn't capitalize on our specialty teams, but I thought we played the right way.
Yeah, chance to bounce back on Saturday. Let's go to those highlights now from Amsoil Arena. In North Dakota, the #1 team in the nation, fresh off their first defeat of the season, again playing #2 Minnesota Duluth. And early, as you mentioned, Good first period for you. You started off the right way.
Yeah, we did. Like I said, I thought we controlled the puck possession and playing there into the rink, and we had a couple of power plays early at a 5-on-3 that we couldn't capitalize on, and I think that was the difference.
Yeah, first power play of the game here. A shot there by Brock Besser gets blocked. A couple of opportunities early as Duluth again sends another guy to the box. Same power play. It's a 5-on-3 now, and a shot off the post from Tyson Jones.
Yep, kind of unfortunate it didn't go in. Great play to get to the net off the post, and then another whack at it right there. And again, they defended pretty well, and we couldn't capitalize.
Still on the power play, Pagansky, another opportunity here. Swing and a miss in front. You were keeping Hunter Miska busy early in this contest.
Yeah, you know what? It's so vital, obviously, when you don't get many 5-on-3s, but when you do, you have to make sure that you try to capitalize on it. And again, unfortunately, it didn't get quite over the line there.
Yeah, that shot by Pagansky would be reviewed. No goal, the official call. A little later in that first period, Cam Johnson coming up here, a big save on Alex Iafallo, who had a hat trick in that first game on Friday. Nice glove save.
Yeah, kept him to the outside, and there's a guy that has a really quality hard shot, and Cam makes a good save on it.
Moving on to the second, Tucker Poolman here, a great feed up to Johnny Simonson. Right about there, he partially fans on the shot. Cole Smith tries to get in there. Good to see Cole getting some action and trying to get this team fired up in the second period.
Yeah, I thought Cole came in and gave us some good minutes, some good energy there, and again, those are the chances you have to bury.
You mentioned Friday was a physical contest. Saturday as well, a big hit there on Tucker Poolman, or Colton Poolman actually taking one to earn a charging penalty for the team.
Yeah, he came up high and hard out in the offensive zone there, and again, takes a penalty. We get on the power play here, though.
Another shot there by Duluth that was able to be blocked. Again, that was kind of a theme in this game. A lot of shots that you had that Duluth just got in front of, and then at the 11:24 mark, a turnover, and they take advantage of shorthanded goal by Carson Poolman to make it 1-0.
Yeah, you know what? We got a few chances on the power play, and that's unfortunate they capitalize on a play that's kind of a perimeter play that gets to the net. Obviously they got the lead on that play.
And that was the beginning of a tough 8-minute stretch. They would go on the power play. Again, you go from a 5-on-3 advantage to being down a man and down a goal. Tucker Poolman with a nice blocked shot there to keep you in it for the moment. Another deflection here, and another penalty going against your team.
Yeah, and again, it's a play that you'll take every day just because the guy has a puck over the open net and you're trying to defend that play. So, obviously we take a penalty. Unfortunate there.
Yeah, on the ensuing power play, another chance, and Carson Soucy fires it by Cam Johnson to make it 2-0. Big power play goal there from Duluth to get that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, that was a big one. Obviously, Cam in there can't quite see the puck. Carson Soucy makes a good play to get it in, make it 2-0.
Another chance on the power play now for North Dakota. Tucker Poolman with a shot high. Brock Besser able to track down the rebound. His shot gets blocked. Again, time and time again, they just found ways to stifle you on the man advantage.
Yeah, they defend well. They box out, they block shots, they do all the right things, similar to what we do.
Just a minute left in the second period. A turnover created by Minnesota Duluth. Again, down a man here. This is a shorthanded goal that one of the prettier goals you'll see, a little tic-tac-toe, eventually ends up going to Kyle Osterberg to make it 3-0.
Yeah, you know what, 3-on-2, we kind of jumped up and out over the dots there, and we didn't really play it very well, and obviously backdoor feed, it's tough to defend.
Another nice look again, Duluth playing that to perfection, and at 3-0 at this point, again, maybe a chance that not a situation you've been in much this season, down by that much. Your team responded though in the third period. Some shots that never quite made their way to Miska. Cam able to keep you in it here with another nice diving save.
Yeah, you know what? I thought we had a big push in the first 10 minutes of the third period there. We had a couple opportunities right away, and again, it's the way the game went.
Another chance there by Brock, again blocked into the corner. And time again, it felt like the puck would come to guys, but their defense able just to keep you off the score sheet. Not very often do you get shut out, but they were able to do so this evening.
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, it goes back to early in the game when we had opportunities to put the puck in the net, and obviously when you score early, that's when the game might change.
And the final here, 3-0, as Duluth ends up completing the sweep, their first W since 1995. Let's see what the guys had to say about this one.
We had to come out a lot stronger and faster, and I thought we did that. I thought we had control of the game, and then a few penalties and a few kind of turnovers that kind of led to odd man rushes kind of lost momentum for us, and it kind of just was a downfall from there.
There's some good teams out there, and that we're not where we need to be as a team also. So it was good. I think it was good for our team to kind of have that happen, and we're going to learn a lesson there, and I think that's going to motivate us.
Losing these 2 games here is really a wake-up call for some of us, maybe some of the younger guys and the older guys. But I think we'll just take from what we've learned this weekend, and then just go to practice and prepare for next weekend.
So Duluth completes the sweep with a 3-0 win on Saturday. Special teams, kind of the bugaboo this weekend. You go 1 for 13 on the power play. They give up a couple of power play goals and a couple of shorthanded goals as well. What do you need to do to address some of the things that went wrong this weekend against the Bulldogs?
Well, I think we've got to continue to work on it and get sharpness within our game. I think obviously when you don't score on a power play, you want to score on the power play, but you surely can't give up shorthanded goals. The other thing on penalty kill too, you got to find a way to try to limit your penalties for sure, but when you do get penalties, you got to try to make sure that you find a way to get them all killed, and that starts with our week of practice going forward here.
Yeah. Talking with the guys after the fact, it sounded like there was, as you'd expect, a sense of disappointment amongst the group, but at the same time, the understanding that this could be a great turning point for the team to move forward. What do you take from this weekend, and how do you move forward?
Yeah, 100%. I think first of all, we're all disappointed that we didn't come away with at least one or both wins in Duluth. We're playing a very good team. That's no excuse, but the biggest thing for us is learning after a little bit of adversity going into a weekend how important it is to make sure that we're mentally and physically prepared. And again, we'll learn from this going forward.
Yeah. Looking ahead now, the road does not get any easier, of course. A tough trip to Mariucci to play Minnesota, a game that I think both sets of fans are really excited about. Yeah. No concern about getting up for this one against the Gophers.
No, it's a long storied history, a rival from years past, and we got to make sure that we remember that and play with discipline, play hard, play with discipline, and we're going into a great environment there as far as a traditional history of a rival.
Yeah, the team you've played more than any other team in your history. Best of luck with that one. Safe travels, Coach. We'll talk to you about it coming up next week.
Thanks, Alex.
Well, thanks, Brad. Stick around. More on UND hockey with Brad Berry coming up next. Welcome back. Well, Casey Johnson is one of 6 homegrown players from the greater Grand Forks area on UND's team this season. And even though he's just a freshman, he's already making his presence felt on the ice. With UND's number 5, here's Katie Hale.
I'm here with Casey Johnson, freshman for the North Dakota program. Casey, you are a local boy, born and raised here in Grand Forks. You left to play some junior hockey, but how does it feel to be wearing the North Dakota jersey?
It's unreal. Growing up, my dad played here. I came to every home game growing up throughout that and just dreaming of putting on this jersey and playing here.
And you had to work hard for it. You graduated high school from Central here in Grand Forks. You didn't have any college offers, so you went to play juniors. What was it like when North Dakota first gave you the call and you were getting recruited?
It was kind of surreal. I kind of had to take a double check, is this actually Brad Berry? And I was like, and then just went from there, and made me work that much harder. So.
Were there any other schools that were interested in you or that you were looking at?
There was a couple, not too much interest, but once North Dakota called, it kind of shut off every other school.
Has your dad said anything to you about pieces of advice for playing here with North Dakota?
He just says work your hardest, you got a great opportunity and just take full advantage of it.
Absolutely, and you are a defenseman, so you're going to be playing along some very talented blue liners. How do you think you'll fit in, and what's an area of play that you think you bring a strength to North Dakota program?
I'd say I hopefully just fit right in. Got to get adjusted to the speed, and I'd say just use my big body and just hit and just play whatever role they give me.
What's a goal of yours this year in terms of play for this team?
I'd say try to play as much as possible, fit in with my role, and then just get better with my speed and get adjusted.
And you're part of a large freshman class. There's 8 of you. Tell us a little bit about how you guys have been getting along in the first month here or so at school.
At first it was kind of just getting to know them, but now we're already so close that we're just having fun together. Whatever we do, we hang out all day long, and then just everything with school. It was a little hard at first coming from juniors, but
everyone's saying that.
Getting back used to it, so it's not too bad, but it's been a lot of fun.
Like we mentioned here as we started the interview, you're from this city. You've seen the championships, including this recent one last year. What does it mean to be a part of this and hopefully add to the tradition, especially with your dad also being an alumni?
It means the entire world. Growing up, seeing those championships, seeing all the professional players trying to fill their shoes and just keep on with their tradition, and then my dad, just following his footsteps means the world to me.
So on game day, do you have any superstitions, or what's a game day prep like for you?
I'd say just bowl cereal in the morning, just keep it normal, and then nap, and not too much, just play on my phone a little bit, watch TV, and just have a good meal.
How about anything interesting about you that hasn't been reported in the press or anything? Hobby?
I like to wakeboard and wake surf a lot, if that's not known.
You can't do that anymore, no, because what if you get hurt?
I'll be all right.
Bubs isn't going to be too happy. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Casey.
Thank you.
Thanks, Katie. Stay tuned. We'll give you all the details on UND's upcoming matchup with the Gophers right after this.
North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry on Midco Sports Network is presented by the University of North Dakota.
Well, between now and our show next Tuesday night, here's your checklist of things to do in no particular order. Set your clocks back, vote, and watch North Dakota take on Minnesota at Mariucci Arena on Friday and Saturday. You can watch that game, of course, in person or Fox Sports North. These are two massive games against the Gopher team that's 3-2-1 on the season. They'll serve as meeting number 285 and 286 all time between the two, though it's their first since the 2014 Frozen Four semifinals. As always, you can relive it with us here on Tuesday nights on North Dakota Hockey with Brad Berry. Until then, I'm Alex Heinert. Thanks for watching.